Been around the game, you know what it's supposed to look like. Give us your take on Frank Pollack as an offensive line coach.
It's been awesome. Frank is a great teacher, hammers the fundamentals, and he's just fun to be around, master the mundane, right? Just constantly grinding, technique, finishes. And it's been fun so far.
How are you feeling physically now? And that was obviously kind of a freaky play that got you nicked up.
Yeah, I'll be all right.
How's the transition just gone coming to the new team, coming to spring, and beginning the season training camp?
It's been good. There's a hunger in the locker room. I can see it in the guys. Good group of guys, and we just got to put in the work on the practice field, and try to get better each and every day.
That master the mundane thing you talked about, it makes sense for young guys kind of learning a new level for a guy that's been here 10 years. Is that tough to buy into?
No, absolutely not. It's, you got to keep evolving. Working every day, staying on your craft. And, I appreciate the small details and things and, coming in every day and working.
Compared to what you knew about the Bengals offensive line when you signed in Cincinnati, is anything surprised or impressed you about the group you guys are working with?
Yeah, I'm real impressed with, how physical they are and, the athletic ability of the guys on the offensive line. There's some guys that I see them out on the field and it's like, wow, and it's a good group of guys. We got a lot of work ahead of us and, I'm excited about it though.
Do you think the attitude of the offense, Riley, can start with physical presence on the offensive line? Has to start there?
Absolutely. That's football, right? You win games in the trenches, both sides of the ball, and that starts out in practice every day, setting the tone.
And how about Joe Mixon's role in doing that? He's not just a running back. He is a guy that loves contact, runs through it, runs between the tackles. You guys know that. Now he's going to run outside.
As an offensive lineman, we love him. We love that style of running. We appreciate that out of our, teammates and stuff. Anybody, wide receivers, even quarterbacks, all the way down. Got to give a lot of credit. Joe said the Fab Five. I'll throw this out there. The tight ends are doing a hell of a job too. It's been a pleasure working with those guys. Those guys work hard, and give them some credit too.
Mike Daniels was saying at an presser that you guys were playing defensive line next to each other at Iowa way back in the day a little bit, and you were flipping guys, and the coach was like, "Hey, dude, how about coming over here, the offensive line?" When that happened, when they made that switch, what went through your mind initially? It ended up being probably the best thing that ever happened to you. What were you like when they first told you about that?
I was pissed off. I lasted a week, right. So I wasn't there very long. Then I got into a good group of offensive linemen at Iowa, and within a week, the camaraderie in an offensive line room is different, I'm sure, than any position group. You guys can debate that, whatever. But I had a good group of guys, and they brought me in. It's like a big family, brothers, right? You talk to them, you be honest with them, but at the same time, it was a lot of fun. I'm glad I did it. I wouldn't be standing here, right?
When Anthony Munoz spoke to the offensive line the other day, you appeared to be riveted. Just reading your facial expression, was that the case? And if so, why?
Absolutely. I don't know. I got chills on my, when him and Dave were both talking, just listening, soaking it all in. They set the standard, how stuff gets done. And a lot of that stuff still carries over to today. And, to get guys that have played at that high of a level, just to listen to them and soak it all in, it was very appreciative.
Did the young guys soak it in when you speak to them?
Absolutely. I hope so, yeah. I try to give all, there's no secrets with me. I try to help everybody out. Football's about one thing. It's about having fun, but you do that by winning games. That's how it comes down to. Any way I can help this team out, I'll do it.
Was there any one guy that you played with that helped you along the way back when?
I can't name them all. I've had a lot of good teammates, that weren't selfish, would help me out in a second. Hey, this is how you do stuff. And that's, when I first got in the NFL, I had a bunch of older guys who played, 10, 12, 14 years. And, they taught me. I studied them and just watched them. And I hope I can rub off some of that to the younger guys, not always saying stuff, but, watching guys, okay, this guy's coming in early to lift. he's here 10 minutes early. He's studying film, whatever. I hope I can rub off on the younger guys. I'll tell them too, like, hey, this is how we do stuff, but also my actions.
So is your style more so to let them come to you in terms of lead by example, obviously, early in all the things that you're talking about, good habits, take care of your body and all that. But if a young rookie's screwing up, are you right away, hey, dude, this ain't the way we do it? Is it that kind of thing? Or,
Yeah.
or do you wait for them to come to you sometimes, or how do you do it?
No, I like to tell them. I mean, you're an offensive line. We're honest, right?
Yeah.
I mean, truth hurts sometimes, right?
Right.
I mean, but yeah, I mean, as far as the other stuff, it's me. I mean, like we're a tight knit group. I mean, we're all, pretty much all around each other. So I mean, guys can sense how the mood. Hey, like it's time to buckle down now.
Right.
What's Burrow been like on the practice field?
What's that?
What's Burrow been like on the practice field so far?
He's great. I mean, I love Joe. Just you can tell just by his body presence. He wants to win. It's important to him. He'll come up and talk to me after practice, like, hey, we need to do this. Tell the offensive lineman this, and I appreciate that. I'm sure you guys get the sense too. I mean, he's in it, right?
It's been pretty apparent from watching practice. Defense maybe a step or two ahead of you guys at this point. Do you have experiences from Minnesota that you can rely on, and you tell these guys that, hey, I've been a part of this before, where the defense comes out on fire, just preaching patience?
Yeah. I mean, I'm competitive. We're competitive, right? Let's pick it up. But yeah, I mean, every day we got to find something to get better at, right? Keep stacking those chips, and if we do the little things right, the rest will take care of itself. But the defense has been playing really well. Give them credit.
Hey, Riley, Frank's system, have you come across that before? Have you been some parts of it, or anybody has worked in with it? And what do you like?
Yeah, I came from at Iowa. We ran that wide zone, that scheme, and I think we did it pretty well there. But even the details from the college game to the pro game, just picking up some of the the finer details, and yeah, that's been great. Never really been a heavy duo team, and it's exciting to learn the fine details. How dialed in we have it. In our playbook, and I'm excited about all that.
How do you think the wide zone fits next?
I mean, I haven't seen him. I wasn't in this division. Knew of Joe, but just looking at him, he seems like he can do anything, right? Wide zone, downhill, catch ball out, block. I mean, from what I've gathered so far of him, he's an every down back. Multiple schemes.
I'm sure you've talked about it a million times, but has your wrestling career helped you get here?
Absolutely.
How did it help you
Oh,
develop into an offensive line?
leverage, toughness, hands, I mean, that's probably the biggest factor that's brought me to this point, to be honest with you. It's my wrestling background.
I know
there ever a bat?
I know you play both sides, but more left than right.
Correct.
Is there an adjustment still going on, just getting really comfortable there?
Absolutely. And it's just getting the reps in training camp, dialing it in, taking every advantage you can to keep getting more reps and feeling comfortable.
What's your take of Jackson Carr? Wind up next one, I guess, or at least what's your take of his ability to this stage?
Jackson's a really talented, guy, and he has, has having some rookie moments, but he has all the tools in his toolbox to be a dominant player for a long time. I mean, I really like all three of our rookies. Our four. They're all been great. They've been attentive in the room. They ask a lot of questions, and I think they're going to be all right.
What did you do to get away over the break? Do you like to just totally disconnect, or what's your philosophy for getting ready for the season?
Oh no, you never really disconnect from it. You're always thinking about it. Lifting weights, running, working on those sets. But yeah, I like to go back home, get out of the city, work on the
average
ranch.
day in South Dakota like for you?
It was hot this summer, but I just built a house, so a lot of stuff like that, moving and stuff, not fun stuff. But yeah, working out, stuff like that.
Yeah. Are you an outdoors guy?
Yeah, I like to hunt, fish, golf, stuff like that.
You buy some land, or is that?
Yep. Yep. I don't farm or I cash around it or whatever.
Yeah.
How many offensive line coaches have you had? Might take you a bit to, I mean, how many have you had? And you look at it as an advantage to be exposed to so many different ways to do things and have that tool belt pretty expanded like you got.
Absolutely. I mean, you can learn something from everybody, right? And I've had quite a few offensive line coaches.
Say like 5 or 6 of them anyway in 9
Yeah.
years. I mean, that's it.
Yeah, 5,
Number.
7. You know, every offensive line coach, you can take something away from, right? I mean, they all have philosophies, you know, but you know, I try to take as much as I can from each one. They all have good points, and you know.
Right. But Iowa's like the offensive line what Penn State was to linebackers. I mean, Penn State was linebacker to you, Iowa's O-line to you, isn't it? I mean, you got a lot of guys come out of Iowa.
Yeah, we took pride in that, you know, doing the small details, and you know, they relied on us. We ran the ball a lot there, and Coach Ferentz does a great job.
Right.
You know, they have a system in place, and they stick to it.
Frank has referred to you as a pro's pro. What does that expression mean to you?
I think just trying to do the right thing all the time. You know, being here early, helping guys out. You know, being on top of the playbook, and you know, I pride myself on that. Right, doing the small details right.
You've been around a lot of winning in your career at Minnesota. I'm curious, Riley, what you see here early on, albeit early on, that gives you the thought that this team can be like that, winning.
There's a hunger. I mean, see it in the guys in the locker room. I mean, guys want to win, and you know, you go out on the practice field and you see guys, they're flying around. We got wide receivers, you know, going in on crack blocks, blocking defensive ends. Like, you know, guys are all in here, and you know, it's fun. I mean, we got a long ways to go, a lot of work to do, but let's see where the chips fall at the end, right?
You can sense an intensity though.
Oh yeah. Can you guys sense it? I mean, there's.
On defense.
Yeah.
You come out as a first round pick, so you come into the league highly regarded. Now you're going into your 10th year in the league. Did you have any goals, you know, along the way that you said, oh, man, I'm climbing the ladder of success, man. I'm plucking some goals off here.
I want to win a Super Bowl. I mean, yeah. I mean, everything's great. Be a good teammate. You meet a lot of good guys. You make money, right? But we got one goal, right? Have fun, win games. Winning games is fun here. So.
I think we touched on it when you signed, but how on the fence were you about coming here before that night at Ruby's at the precinct when everybody came together?
I didn't know much about Cincinnati, you know, and Zach and Brian Callahan and Frank, they brought me in. You know, they had Sam Hubbard and Joe Burrows, and went out to eat. And, you know, they really preached about like what they see, you know, where this team is going and stuff, and I want to be a part of it. Believe in what they had in place, and yeah.
How many state
I'm excited to be here. I'm excited to be here.
How's the town fit you? I mean, you know, it's kind of Midwest town. You got Midwest background. How does it fit you?
I'm here for football. I mean, yeah. This is my life, right?
When you saw what happened to Rick in Minnesota, did that need to shake your head and piss you off?
No, whatever. I mean, I'm here to play football. All that other stuff, you know, it is what it is. I have no opinion on that.
How much difference can an offensive line coach make? And if there is one, where does that most show up in your opinion?
An offensive line coach can make a huge difference, right? I mean, every play starts, you know, through us, whether it's pass, run. I mean, you know, I think it can really help the young guys, you know. I mean, it can help us all. I mean, just the details, the fundamentals. I mean, the attention to detail, and just knowing, you know, hey, we're taking this step for a reason, and explaining to them why we're doing it this way and stuff. And I think, you know, even me coming from college, you know, coming into the NFL, I mean, there's a big jump in like the detail of how you're doing stuff, and especially for younger guys, but it helps older guys too. Just keep practicing that. It can really help.
Do you have any interest in coaching when you're done playing?
We'll see. I don't know yet.
One more question?
Has Jonah been picking your brain?
Yeah, I've been trying to help Jonah out a lot. He's a smart kid and really good football player. And he asked me some questions, and I just try to give him my opinion and what's worked for me, what hasn't, and he's gonna be good.
All right, Riley.
Thank you, Riley.
Thank you, Riley.
Thank you very much.
All right.
Thank you.